As Silvermani said in Sarkar, hey, my business is like the North, but my style is like the South. Who else can make that reference? Who else? What other reactors can make that reference? Oh, not many. You feeling it? I know right now Ani's like, yeah, yeah. Excuse me. We have the difference between the North and South Indians.
India is a vast and enormous country. It's the 7th largest country in the world in terms of land area, and it's the 2nd largest country in terms of population with over 1.2 billion people. Because there are so many people living in such a large area, of course it's understandable that there would be some cultural differences between the regions. So here are 10 differences between North Indians and South Indians. How's it going, everybody? My name is Leroy Kenton, and this is another episode of FTD Facts. And for everybody that loves watching our videos, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps. And also for all you new faces, all you newcomers here to FTD Facts, hit that subscribe button and you get to learn more about our world as well as stuff that you just never would have known. And also, this is a video that a lot of you were requesting for us to do, so also let me know down in the comment section what other videos do you want us to do here on FTD Facts. So starting off with the first difference is we have the origins. Now, they have different origins. So the North Indians are descendants of the Aryan race, whereas the South Indians are descendants of the Dravidian race. It's estimated that 72% of Indians are descendants of Aryans, whereas 28% are of Dravidian race. And then next up is the dressing style. Although the dressing style is largely the same, there are some slight differences between the everyday clothing. Women in the northern states such as Punjab, Bihar, and Delhi, they prefer salwar kameez or churidar, but in the southern states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu, the sari is the preferred dress. For men in the south, wearing white dhotis or colorful lungis are very common, but dhotis in the north aren't that elaborate, and men usually end up wearing pants in the north. Now, there is a big difference in language between the two cultures because they come from different places. The Dravidian language like Tamil, Kannada, and Telugu is unrelated to languages of other known cultures in the north of India because they speak languages which have evolved from the Indo-Aryan language like Punjabi, Hindi, Urdu, and Kashmiri. And now looking at the musical instruments, right? So the musical instruments used by musicians also vary. While sitar, sarangi, and santoor are very popular in the north, the violin, the veena, as well as the mridangam are favored in the south. Well, so the musical instruments vary, so of course you can imagine that dancing does as well. Many forms of classic Indian dance is very devotional, so the dancers play out musicals that tell fables of the gods. Some popular dance forms in the north are Kathak, Chahu, Gaudiya, Odissi, and Manipuri. Dances that are popular in the south are Kathakali, Kuchipudi, as well as Mohiniyattam. Now, every single region has its own unique cuisine. South Indian food is much spicier and hot than North India. South Indians consume a lot more rice, while North Indians have a lot more wheat. North Indians prepare parathas, chapati, puri, and rotis. Now, rice is combined with different lentils to prepare dishes like rice dosa, and these are very common in South India. Now, fish and coconut are used a lot more by South Indians than North Indians. Now we want to look at the differences with the religion. Both northern and southern India has a majority population of Hindus. Muslims are the largest minority in India, and they're mostly concentrated in UP, Delhi, Kashmir, and Gujarat. After that, there's Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, and Christianity. You can pretty much find all these religions in South India as well. About 80% of South Indians follow Hinduism. Islam is the second highest number, and that's at 11%, while Christianity follows at 8%. But there are a greater population of Muslims that live in North India than they do in the South. And also, these two regions have pretty distinct histories. The North has been historically considered the base of the ancient families like the Mauryas, Guptas, Harshas, the Mughals, Sikhs, and the British Empire. As for the South now, it had the most important trading shore in the Indian subcontinent, and they traded with the Romans, Greeks, Arabs, Syrians, Jews, as well as the Chinese from the South. Now looking at the economic growth. So now unlike the North, the South Indian states have really recorded higher than average numbers over the past 3 decades. And the South also ranks higher in terms of social and economic development in areas such as fertility rate as well as infrastructure. However, economic disparity between the rich and the poor, illiteracy as well as poverty are still major problems in the region. And finally, I want to look at the major cities. So the southern cities have become a hub for technological research and development. Cities like Bengaluru as well as Hyderabad are global capitals of call centers. Now, cities like Delhi, on the other hand, in the north, are really more about the political workings of the country and how the country is going to be operating versus like technological advancements. So there you have it, guys. Those were some differences between the North Indians as well as the South Indians. And thank you so much for requesting this episode. I definitely learned a lot more. And at the end of the day,
A couple things here. I wondered if they got killed about the Aryan race with the Northern Indians. I know I did a reaction video to the history of India. And I was just reacting to the dude's, little documentary that he made. And I never heard that before. And, man, people lost their mind at me. I'm unsubscribing. Oh. I'm just reacting to the video, dude. I didn't come up with a theory. I didn't make the theory up. I'm not propagating the theory. Calm down. Calm down. So that's number one. Number two, referring to the gods as fables. Oh, you're going to get pummeled. Leroy probably got his ass kicked after this video. Just, because that's the other thing I get pummeled over is, and again, let me just say this for like the millionth time. This is what my viewers tell me. This is what my YouTube friends tell me. There are 3 camps. The majority of folks say that this is real. The gods are real. This is history. This is how the Mahabharata, this is how we became India. The next group, which is a little bit smaller, says these are all symbolisms. This is all types of the battles within man to become better, to become a better man, a better woman. The third type says that this is folklore, this is fable. And then there's a fourth one that's very, very tiny that says these are aliens. These are people from India. This isn't me. I'm not propagating any of these. I'm just telling you. And people get so mad. People need to listen, right? Because I'm not saying one over the other. I'm not lifting one up over the other. Right? Anyways, this is turning into a lecture. I don't mean to lecture. So that I'll be interested. I wonder if they got killed on those 2 points, because I always get killed on those 2 points. Now, here is what I think about North versus South. I prefer North food over South food, and it is because of the spice. I am a gringo, pelon gringo, güero, as my Spanish friends would say. I am a white boy, and spice does not, I don't do well with spice. I like pepper, not pepper, just like black pepper. That's about it. I'm pretty bland. When I have friends that are from different cultures over for dinner, they're like, this is pretty bland. They say, I know, isn't it great? So I prefer that. I prefer the dress. When you see the Indian women dress, I prefer the Southern dress, I think. That style. I prefer the Southern dress style. I prefer the Southern dancing. However, I prefer the Northern music. I prefer the Northern movies. What else is there? However, I guess Wyzag would be considered South, wouldn't it? Wyzag, right? But the North has better climate. Like, I don't know. Wyzag's gonna be hot and humid, man. And it's like been really, really hot and humid here. It's been like 108 degrees and 86% humidity. It's been terrible. So I don't know. Anyways, I digress. So that's I'm kind of a mix. I like a little bit of all in both, right? I do. So that is the difference between North and South. And again, my business is like the North. My style is like the South. Oh, yeah.
Ah! Ooh! Ouch!